All right, today I want to do a quick little review of this Wacker machine, the CT36 little 3-footer. I'm pretty impressed with this little machine actually. So it comes with a bigger Honda engine, or at least this one did, and it's got some really cool features I think that make it a pretty good machine, and some things that I always look for in my machines. So number one, obviously it had the bigger Honda engine, and obviously, you know, there's a time and place for the lighter machines like those over there. But I really like this heavy machine. Number two, I like this handlebar style. It gives you a lot of options, especially when you're spending a lot of time out on the floor. It gives you a lot of different, adjustability, different ways to grab, move, turn. So I really like the handlebars. I like this style to adjust them. I like that. Quick, easy. Adjust the handlebars real easy. Throttle system, I like that there's a kill switch right here, and all it is just a button. There's nothing to switch back and forth. It's just literally hit the button, good to go, kills it, come back ready to fire it up. You don't have to try to find your switch. There is a kill switch down there also, just in case, and that's another thing I want to talk about in just a second. Well, let's talk about it now while it's here. So kill switch is on this side of the engine. That's another thing that's thought out. A lot of machines, if not most machines, have the kill switch around here. So if you wanted to access that, you would have to reach around this way. Okay, now one thing that I don't really care for is that the pull start is on this side. Okay, so as you pull it, it would naturally want to spin away from you, right? So I like to be on this side if I were to pull it. That way, as it starts to spin, it would catch into me. So that's one thing that I don't really care for, but it has a centrifugal clutch, or whatever Wacker calls that clutch, but when you start it, it'll sit there and idle without moving. It even kind of locks itself in gear or in neutral or whatever until you start to throttle it up, and then it'll start to spin. I know a lot of the older machines or some of those others that we have, it doesn't matter. And even our Husqvarna Ezra machine, when you put it in neutral or you disengage the clutch, it still wants to creep. So if you're out in the middle of the floor and you're finishing and you got a spot you need to fill and you can't get it with the machine, you got to let go and hit it with your hand trowel or whatever. Well, it's nice to, number one, not be able to have to shut off the machine to do that, or number two, to even have to worry about it spinning or anything like that. You can literally just throttle this one down, leave it running, fix your spot, throttle right back up and take off. Now, last but not least, I think, is this pitch control. I love this style of pitch control. Obviously there's the crank style. There's other ones that have like a lever that you pull. It's a T-handle with a lever that you pull it. I've seen handles like this, you squeeze and pull it. A bunch of different styles. This is my favorite so far. Literally, you can pull on this thing, adjust it, and it stays right where you put it. Wherever you put it, it stays. I love it. Wacker Neuson nailed it on this throttle adjustment. At least so far. This is a fairly new machine. Not had any real complaints so far, so I'm impressed with it. We'll stay on it a little more. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys. Concrete in the cornfield. Boom, boom.